today in science, what we're going to do is we're going to build on our lesson about physical properties of matter, okay? So I know we've talked about how matter can have different properties. It can be in different states, like solid or liquid or gas. And we've talked about ways that you can change matter, right? We talked a little bit about how some things can be melted, some things can be frozen. Sometimes you can smash things or shave things or cut things up to change the way they look, right? So we're going to build on that, and you're actually going to get to create your own presentation about a special item and its physical properties and how it changes, okay? So we're going to use a couple of different things to do this. So first, you notice you have an iPad in front of you. I want to say thank you so much to all of you for being respectful of the technology and waiting for directions. It's awesome. Another thing I want to talk about first, though, is some of you guys are in pairs. And remember that when we're working with a partner, it's really important to share the work. And when we talk about sharing the work, it means that we take turns putting things on the iPad, searching for different items, talking when we give our presentation, right? That's what taking turns means. We have to share back and forth, okay? So, what you're going to do today is you're going to use the iPad again to talk about one particular item. So the first thing you need to know is how do you turn on the iPad? Well, if you look on the front of your page, you're going to see a red number. That is the code to open the iPad. So if you get lost or confused and your iPad turns off, you have a code to turn it back on, okay? What's going to happen first is you guys are going to get to draw an item out of the mystery box, okay? And in the mystery bag, we have lots of different things with different physical properties, okay? So when you and your partner select your item, then you're going to use your iPad to describe it. But before we get there, if you're in a partner, I want you guys to determine who's going to be the chooser, okay? So talk with your partner and decide who gets to be the chooser. Who gets to be the chooser? Sam gets to be the chooser. Sherry gets to be the chooser. Denise gets to be the chooser. Thank you very much, guys. Okay. Of course.
If it did work, it would signal the end of the world.
It would. And I used it earlier today in this room in training.
That's why it's not working.
That's why it's not working.
There you go.
There we go. Okay. So the second step is if you look at the front page, I gave you a model of what your concept map or your relationship map is going to look like, okay? But we're going to get to use the fun iPads to make that. So I'm going to show you the different steps on how to use Poplet. That's the app we're going to use, okay? Poplet, on the last page, I've given you a tips sheet. So if you get lost, don't worry. Don't feel like you have to memorize all the steps. You have a guide to remind you if you get lost while you're building your web together, okay? But first, I'm going to show you how to do it. So when you look for the Poplet app, it's going to be the P. There it is. All right. So I'm going to make a new Poplet. Oh, I'm going to call mine the physical property web. Okay? Oh, you see this little square right here? That's called a Popl. When I tap it, I get to do stuff to it. Okay? So I can move it down. I can move it from side to side. I can click on the box and change its color. I can click on the T and add text. So for example, Ms. Moreland's going to pick an item out of the mystery bag, and Whoa, that is a fun, cool thing, isn't it? What is this called? I really don't know.
Squishy toy.
A squishy toy, right? So, when I'm naming my item, I'm gonna type in squishy, uh-oh, I misspelled it. Toy. Okay, so that's going to be my item. Do you see on your map that we have an item, but we have two different boxes attached to it? Cindy, can you tell me, what does one of the boxes say?
Change it.
Change it. So we have to add a change it popple, okay? Let me show you how we're gonna do this. It's super fun. If you touch the little white circle with the gray circle, boop, I've got a chain popple that are connected. So here, I can arrange it and I need to type change it. So I'm gonna type change it, and I'm gonna give it an exclamation because I think changing things is kind of fun. All right, Denise, what's another word that you see?
Physical properties.
Physical properties. So I want it on the other side of my item. So I'm gonna touch the other gray circle, and I have another popple. See how I just touch and drag to move them where I want? Now I'm gonna type in here, but oh, you know what? What is one thing I like about this is it has lots of colors, right? So that's gonna be a thing I'm looking for. I'm gonna show you really quickly how we can add pictures. Fun, right? So you don't just have to use words. You can use pictures too. So if I'm going to say properties. All right. So I have the beginning of my popple relationship web, right? Sam, what do you think I should do if I decided I wanted to add colors to my property popple? What should I do next?
Set the color icon.
But what if I wanted to add one to my properties
Oh,
web?
you set the gray circle.
Touch the gray circle. Awesome. So there's another one. And I could add one here. You see how we're making the relationships together? So this is where you're going to put in the different physical properties of the item you choose, okay? Now what if you want to use a picture instead of words? Well, we can do that too. You're going to go to